is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Shout out to my YouTube and podcast fam who have been listening in or watching, supporting my videos and or my podcast. And you're part of my podcast fam, or you're liking what you're listening to and you're about to follow and be part of my podcast fam, and you're interested about knowing about my YouTube channel, go to YouTube. It could be on your phone, it could be on your laptop or computer or any other devices that you can go and use the YouTube app or watch YouTube, and put in Tasha C TV. Don't forget the TV part, and vice versa for YouTube. If you're wondering about what is this podcast I'm talking about, and besides some of these videos, most of them have been curating in the past, since October of last year. A couple forwarding about these podcasts / videos. You want to know about these podcasts? Look in the description and go to Speaker or any other of the podcasts that are listed below in the description. Currently, to let y'all know again that, it's been a while since I said this, but due to the fact that I can no longer at the moment, unless I upgrade my plan on SoundCloud, I cannot upload any new videos to SoundCloud. So at the moment, podcasts of whatever, I used up my space, so currently they're not there. So just in case, if you're like, well, okay, where's SoundCloud? That's the only reason why SoundCloud is not on there, because unless you wanted to listen to other podcasts. So sorry about the rambling, y'all. I know it's a hot mess. Y'all probably get listening to a couple more noises than what y'all usually hear, but here we go. Okay. Besides, if it's your first time listening, this is part of my bonus, is what I call bonus podcast, which, this is like the 138 day of my 366 video journey. And what all that is just pretty much me curating a video every day and not a particular topic. Even though recently I've been doing this about a week, where I've been just focusing on just doing our Kings and Queens Next Door, where I just pretty much list black history facts and just warning y'all with a little bit of mispronunciation. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. And it's not specific, like, okay, particular order. Sometimes they're from Instagram pages, and sometimes they're or include websites or just certain stuff, like maybe talking and ranting, for example, about the Toni Morrison movie, which I'm still watching from Here I Am. And just to let y'all know that again, I am dog sitting my great furry nephew. So he's in the background. You may not hear him. He is up there chewing on the bone. But possibly, if you hear some damn cats outside, you may hear a bark or two. So anyway, like I said, so this, as far as my bonus it's not always has to be podcast. It's not restricted. It's just 1 year that I wanted to try something different. And my birthday started October 8th last year, and plan on ending it October 8th this year. So due to the fact that since I got in him with me and chilling at the moment, y'all might hear more noises than what y'all usually have, because I'm using the Curator app, because like I said, he's usually most of the time quiet, but I have the door open so he can go in and out of my room, and so you may hear a clock in the background. There's a chance that you might hear a landline occasionally anyway, which is random, because we still even have landlines / cell phones in the house. But, excuse me, y'all. I don't know why I'm yawning. So it's 10:28 p.m. and this is volume 22. This is a little bit different. I'm still, y'all, if y'all will, haven't listened the last couple of days, I have been still watching, the pieces of I Am, or the pieces of Who I Am, or, the Toni Morrison documentary. Let me go back to Who I Got. I wanted to talk about ranting more so today. Usually I don't say what exactly I'm going to do. I'm just do improv or something. Yeah, pieces I Am. And I think it's a great documentary so far, because majority is told by Toni Morrison's her own words. And I think it's a dope movie. But if you got 12 hours to spare and have time to watch it, like I said, I found out about it, y'all. Like I said, I wanted to talk about more so about the importance about reading. You ain't always got to have to read, but it's just so significant, where I wanted to more so talk about a couple books today. And, will be more so. But today, before I go in it, y'all, I wanted to talk about, something before I go into the books about, say I'm going to Instagram first. And it's the African archives. And I wanted to talk about the real realities, some of the history of black history that we have, whereas in the past, current, and maybe the real reality in the future. includes where some of the things where it's not always something that's remarkable. Some people may get credit. Some people, unfortunately, have been violated and or have lost their lives. Like get credit for like inventions or coming up or putting something together and help out to make a change. And but this has stood out to me because if you follow African Archives on Instagram, their page, it's look like some key, but something that's like, y'all, it's black and white, it's closed and it's open. Look like something, y'all. I mean, I only saw the first actual movie. It looked like something that possibly could be used in a saw. During when I had to take a film class, when I had to see that damn horrific / thriller movie 7, it looked like something might be used for that. So if y'all seen either or both of those films, you will understand what I'm talking about. But I wanted to say, so just to let y'all know, for the first minute or so, get ready to hear about another, a graphic thing. I don't mean to scare or cause, just shock. But what I did want to talk about is the real reality of our ancestors had to go through, with some of the tortures and stuff like that, and be less than considered than, even less than considered than animals, less considered than anything that is alive. Okay, and it's just disturbing and disgusting that, but like I said, this is a part of Black history as well. And so before I go into talk about the videos, I'm not sorry this is going to rant, but let me get started. Okay, on African Archives, and this is what I talk about, the Pearl of Anguish. The Pear of Anguish. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, it's a pear, alright. Ain't no pear about that. And if y'all look closely, y'all, if y'all actually go to the African Archives, it was posted earlier today, 12 hours ago. On top of the design, I'm looking at it now. Sorry, y'all, it just threw me off when I'm, about to make sure I'm not reading, missing any words, mispronouncing anything or whatever. It looks like a devil is carved on this damn torture device. And then when you look close, on top of the key, it looks like the devil's mouth. It looked like a king on top of us. On the side, looked like some evil seahorse. I mean, I'm just saying excuse me, y'all, the language, but this is not disgusting, but this is some sick, evil ass shit. I usually don't try to curse when I do these podcasts, as far as this, usually my regular podcasts, but no, y'all, this is what I'm going to go into. But like I said, I don't want to, quote, quote, scare anyone, but I felt it was very important for this before I get started, with, like I said, what I really wanted to talk about today. And they may be a little bit longer. I'm sorry, I'm reading something, but for the next couple of shows, possibly, I'm going to continue on to the next month, or either extend it or make a couple podcasts a little bit longer. Because usually I like to keep it 20 minutes when I make these particular podcasts. But, if I say when I want to catch up, because there's so many, it's plenty of Black history facts that, because it's already 22nd, and the 29th is around the corner, even a whole extra day. So I'm thinking about possibly stretching this out another month, or how long I want it to be, or maybe a couple days after, because, Black history starts 365 days, and every 4 years, every 360 days. It never goes away. You know what I mean? So, and it was some, it's amazing. Even though I find stuff, I continue to find more stuff every day. So I don't know how long it's going to last, but Colonel, sorry y'all, I told you, Colonel, you ain't, trying to, didn't even know it was a darn pencil on the damn, you about to take off with that and make that as a chew toy. Okay, anyway, sorry y'all, I was just keeping it real, y'all. I'm glad I caught that, because I was writing down some files. Okay, let me go back to the Pearl of Anguish. This device was created by Europeans. It should be sick, wicked ass, evil ass people. Evil Europeans, and was used on slaves in the 1800s. I just added that word, evil Europeans, okay. The pear, I don't know why the pear, as it was called, was inserted into the male's rectum if he refused sex with his slave master. Once inserted, the key would be turned until it was fully open, causing major damage or even death as punishment. Regarding the female slave, if she refused sex, it was inserted to vagina, causing massive hemorrhage and for infertility. And if you were found to be alive, it was placed in your mouth and the key was turned until your jawbone was broken. Y'all, it's really sexy, but if y'all ever read books such as, like, for example, I think it's Fantas Fountain, The Wretched of the Earth, tools such as rape were used. It's a violation whether you're using your second or sexual organ as a weapon, people who do this, or to do violation to somebody in a sexual manner, like, say, for example, the sexual organ, so forth. This has been used as one of the tactics in order to destroy and belittle or even kill us or other people, just in terms. So it dealt with one of the things that created Richard of the Earth was destroying a village by using the tactic as rape. So any other way, unfortunately, the victims who were tortured already come over here. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But also had to deal with either being raped or sexually violated and abused. Either or. Either you were raped, because that's not refusing to have sex. Refusing, like, okay, are you going to make this rape less worse than what it's going to be? Because that's what that is. Or you will be sexually violated by this sick-ass, demonic-ass key. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm that, but sorry, y'all. Okay, like I said, this might be one of the podcasts, or I may just like split it and do like some more books tomorrow. Okay, on February 22nd, 1889, I just wanted to get in fact more info the two. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince were the first win the first rap Grammy for the hit Parents Just Don't Understand. Just classic. Just wanted to bring that up there. At least give something that had some positive to it. Now, I really wanted to talk about the books because there's people. People have died. Our ancestors have died just for us to read books, just for us to vote, just to be able to have a voice, just to be able to be considered who we are, human beings, and so forth. So I figure, like, if y'all love reading, or say if y'all like reading, but you don't want to read the books, they have options now with audiobook. I've said this before and said this again. How one of the things is being a kid, and so 9 times 10 we want to be everything. So one time I wanted to be a sex therapist, and one time a librarian. I used to be a bookworm like that. So what I suggested was actually like I said, if y'all can, as long as you don't own anything, please try to go to your nearest library, or say if you're in school or so forth, or depending where you work, if you have documentation like a check stub, I think, or something to indicate that you work, or say if you go to college, or I think even high school somewhere, I don't know for sure, but I know definitely with college, and you show like a current schedule, you can possibly rent books out of your district or wherever the district that you're going to school and or work at. Besides in the district that you're in. And, now it's convenient because now you don't have to go to the library as much, because now you can get books like ebook digital versions and or audiobooks from your library, and sometimes recommend them. Also, if you look for Hoopla, if you have a library card, you can, and Hoopla affiliate whatever library, the district that you're at. You can also rent books and movies and, sorry about that, y'all. And to rent books and movies, comic books and stuff there of that nature. And I think in music as well, too. Which is even easier if they do have in stock. You can't recommend anything. But say if you do find what y'all find, y'all, like I said, I was able to re-rent again, not only Tori Morrison, the documentary movie that I'm watching now, because my first video that I rented from there. I'm usually, get books, audiobooks especially. That's what I'm saying, y'all, too. If y'all are able to, you don't feel like it, don't like, or like reading like that, but, you do want to, like, listen to books. Audiobooks are phenomenal, y'all, and it's so easy if you're able to get them. and listen to them. And usually 9 times out of 10, just like Hoopa, it's just like the difference is with the library. Say you might be in line for certain books, and you may have to re-wait again. The difference with Hoopa is that once you return a book and say you didn't get a chance to listen or enter a movie, you can always re-rent it again. I think it's up to 21 rentals I think you can have or something per month, but you can re-rent it again. It's not like say it's a hold or instant or whatever. Say like might happen with the library. So I'm sorry, y'all, just a rant, but the reason why I also brought this up is on NPR. I started to follow them as well, and they have brought up, and I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but it's an article from Lee Gaines on their site link. Who should decide what books are allowed in prison? Now, actually, Toni Morrison was just talking about that. Like I said, I'm halfway through the film. And she discussed it, actually, the first novel that she created. Because if y'all watch, like I said, it's a phenomenal thing. And also what I'm bringing up is they already had listed the NAACP winners last night. But the, film, they're presenting the award show on television, I think, right now. I'm DVR. I may watch it tomorrow. So... Actually, that documentary did win an award, so God rest her Toni Morrison's soul, because she's no longer with us. But she had said that her novel Bluest Eye was actually banned, and somebody said, "Let me see here." Now they were up there talking about, which is interesting, in prisons, but I think it was solo, was something else, but Bluest Eye actually was banned, and. It's an article, y'all. If y'all get a chance to... Oh, it's pretty long, because they said it was actually banned. But certain other books, that were not from African-American authors were not banned. So, okay. That's an article I thought was, so who should decide what books are allowed in prison? So, NPR, y'all Google that and said, who should decide what books are allowed in prison by Lee Gaines? Or it's easier if you are on Instagram to follow NPR. I'm about to go to them real quick and just read the little sentence, because then I'm about to start, because sorry, y'all, that I've just been ranting, and kind of not going to the black facts. But it's a little paragraph, and I think it's very important to read. And like I said, if y'all feel like it, you can go into the link and their bio part in NPR or Instagram and go where you can link, I think, to that particular article or to their site. And this is what it says. In Kansas state prisons have banned Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, but allow Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf. Texas prisons have censored the color purple. See where this is going here, y'all? Florida has censored books about learning American Sign Language. A recent report finds that book censorship in U.S. prisons represent the largest book ban policy in the United States. The restrictions are often arbitrary, overboard, archaic, and subject to meaningful review. And, but as you see, some of the books that were actually limited were African American women novelists, authors, creators. And yet, you have somebody who is talking about okay, you know what? I know that's all the story, but but Hitler's shit was allowed. Okay. Now, because of this, I decided to go ahead and let me Google some African American books that were once recently banned. Now, they have them sometimes bookstores, so you can Google and see what books, there have been books that have been banned for, different reasons, or different, okay, high school should be reading this, or so forth. So anyway, I'm on National Coalition Against Censorship, and I'm going to start to read, because I already know I'm on, 19, oh, he knocked out, okay, alright, he's asleep at the moment. Okay, top 10 banned books that changed the face of Black history. So, I'm not going to read the whole article, but I may give a description. That's why I may just split it up, because already it's there and they're going on 20 minutes. Most of these books I've read. I don't know if y'all got a chance to read them or not, but some of us have read it, say, in school or so far. More occasions, how we've been introduced to some of the had introduction to some of these gems, or found out about them later. Okay. But like I said, it's an order starting from 10 and down to the ranking of 1. Number 10 is Fame Falls Apart by Chinua Abbey, 1958. As regarded as one of the most sentimental works of African literature, Things Fall Apart by Chuna Arga follows the life of Akinwo, a leader and local wrestling champion in Umfia, a fictional group of 9 villages in Nigeria, and his experience with British colonialism and Christian missionaries. The story reveals the negative effects of white rule in Okoro's small village, most especially when he decides to commit suicide instead of being tied to a colonial court. Studied widely in Africa, Europe, and North America, Things Fall Apart has nevertheless received criticism for its portrayal of colonialism and its consequences, and has reportedly been banned in monsters in Nigeria. In 2012, it made its list of works that were challenged in Texas schools. Okay. Well, I didn't read that book until I took like a certain literature class I forgot when I was in college. I didn't read that show. Okay, I haven't read this book, y'all. Here's gem number 9. Bad gem number 9. Number 9, A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest D. Gaines, 1993. Trigger warning. This book may lead to an intellectual growth and emotional development. A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest Gaines is a highly acclaimed work of American fiction that addresses themes of racism and racial identity in rural 1940s Louisiana community. In 2008, NCAC was prompted to send a letter to Huntsville city schools in Alabama after 2 parents objected to sexual references and profanity in the book. Ultimately, the school board voted to make the book optional reading on the 9th graders' summer readings list. Inherently a story of friendship, resilience, and hope, Gaines undoubtedly deserves praise for creating a world where compassion for a people and their struggle reigns paramount to hatred and injustice. Perhaps we can learn a thing or two from him. And due to the fact, I think I'm going to do one more, and then I'm just going to, depending how it is when I do tomorrow's podcast, I'm going to a little bit more. Okay. So if y'all are in for, excited about this list, y'all, the way it's going, there's a possibility this series may run up a little bit more past, February 29th. Okay. So, number 8. Speaking of Toni Morrison, here's one of her other books that also has been banned. Beloved by Toni Morrison, 1987, y'all. I haven't read the whole book, but I had... some of my classmates in high school have read some books, so they do have certain graphic scenes, and I did see Oprah Winfrey's version of Beloved. Okay, let's get into reading this. Contrary to the title of Toni Morrison's Publisher's Prize winning novel, Beloved is not loved by all. It follows the life of a 19th century Kentucky woman who kills her daughter rather than allowing her to endure the horrors of slavery and psychological consequences her family endures because of her decision. What with complicated themes of slavery, identity, community, Beloved is a popular choice for English teachers across the country. However, in 2007, the NCAC sent a letter to Jefferson County Public Schools in Kentucky after they removed the book from the advanced placement English classes due to the racial and sexual content. More recently, NCAC helped school board members at Gilbert Public Schools in Arizona fight a challenge to the novel after the school district received 100 letters from parents lamenting the book's disturbing and inappropriate content. The book was ultimately retained in the curriculum, which is sure to become beloved by generations of students to come. And that is it, y'all. Sorry, I just, wanted to add this in about the school thing, knowledge, Brian's part reading is brain food, so forth. So anyway, y'all, so hugs and loves, y'all, and God bless. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast again. Y'all get, enjoy, y'all. What about the last, 2 weeks of y'all that we got to sleep, extra hour before we had to go forward on March the 8th. Back, I lose an hour's sleep. So hugs and loves, y'all. Enjoy y'all Sundays. And I will see y'all in the next podcast. Eventually I'll go back to, adding in and doing my regular podcast every day as well. If y'all looking for that, and maybe not to say y'all don't love or like the Black Facts History podcast, but if y'all want like a little entertainment spice, my little commentary about just certain stuff, besides including this, I'll be back soon with that. But anyway, y'all. Hugs and loves. See y'all next one. God bless. Take care.